shovels and sand, a lovely garden I had planned, waiting for the warmth of spring to arrive. Honeybees work to fill the hive, and the sun will rise to greet the land. Who will plant the garden when I'm gone?
Hi, my name is Deb Reimer, and this is Music Makers, our show all about original music and the wonderful artists that make that original music. And today we have some great people called the Ranters, which is Rocklin Moran and Gillian Whale, all the way from beautiful Shawnigan Lake, BC. And Rocklin and Gillian are musical and life partners, and they've been featured at different events and festivals and different venues all around British Columbia. And they had a CD out called Rant on Children, and they have another CD that's coming out soon as well that we'll talk about later, but welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Really good. First song up, I understand, is called Across the River. What's that all about?
Okay. First of all, it's rant on, comma, children. We're not ranting on children.
Perfect.
It's rant on children.
Yes.
We don't think there's enough of that.
Beautiful.
We need more protests and protest songs and the
agree.
such. Across the River. That's an interesting one. About 20 years ago, I got asked to write a song for a friend of mine who was making an independent movie. And what you find out about independent movies real quick is you're not getting paid. So, anyways, he wanted a gospel tune. So I wrote this thing, and I said, well, this isn't bad. I gave it to him. And he says, that's great. I love it. Get all the references of God and church and everything like that and religion out of it. And I said, well, it won't be a gospel tune, And we argued back and forth, and finally I just told him to go to hell, and I took my tune and went home. So anyways, I get to play it now, and that's how it started. And it's just, it was just something I got paid for.
Awesome. Well, let's hear it.
Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Time won't wait if you hesitate, you're gonna be left far behind. I was told many years ago, never trust in your fellow man. Never put your faith in anything you couldn't harbor in your greedy hand. Years give way, Lord, and so did I. Now I'm standing at the promised land. I'm on the shoreline on my bended knees. Help me, people, help me if you please. Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Time won't wait if you hesitate, you're gonna be left far behind. Come a time in every man's life, feel like something isn't deep inside. Soul is empty and the future faint, because his true path is being denied.
the turning point, looking over at the other side. He's on the shoreline on his bended knees, helping people, help them if you please.
Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river, heaven's on the rise. Time won't wait if you hesitate, you're gonna be left far behind. Get yourself across the river, get yourself across the river, get yourself across the river. Time won't wait if you hesitate, you're gonna be left far behind. Time won't wait if you hesitate, you're gonna be left far behind.
So the next song, I think you wrote it, didn't you, Jillian?
I did.
And it's about a beautiful community called Ashcroft. So
Ashcroft,
inspired
yes.
that.
Being that we live on an island here, we end up in ferry lineups often enough if we're going to the mainland. So because we were sitting in a ferry lineup for several hours, we needed to buy a book. I bought a book on women of the gold rush in BC and the Yukon. So read that book, and there are some references to Ashcroft in it. So I wrote a song for Ashcroft and the history of the gold rush. I also love that town. It's a beautiful small town that you drive into the valley and with the river. It's just lovely. So there it is. That's the inspiration for Ashcroft.
Great. Well, let's have a listen.
Is a place where stories are told of the past travelers' woes, hidden secrets lost in gold. By day, well into the night, when sagebrush tumbles in flight, by foot, by wagon or rails, they contrive these mysterious tales. Oh, Ashcroft, oh, Ashcroft, along the Caribou line, where your secrets run so deep, and your beauty fair so fine. Oh, Ashcroft, my Ashcroft, along the Caribou line, when the rivers of gold shall meet with the wonders lost in time. Stoking fires by moonlight, the demons flee the night and vanish as dawn brings light. Broken drifters along the way, laying fields in shallow graves. Oh, the stories that they hold, now just history untold. Oh, Ashcroft, along the Caribou line, where your secrets run so deep and your beauty fair so fine. Oh, Ashcroft, my Ashcroft, along the Caribou line, when the rivers of gold shall meet with the wanderers lost in time. Yeah, the rivers of gold shall meet me, and the wanderers lost in time.
Lost at Sea.
That's mine.
It's a good one.
Well, yeah, that's it's a touchy subject. I put the cork in the bottle, March 26, 1989. And you don't just one day wake up and do that. You sort of ease your way in, and you're going from one world into another. And you kept getting dragged back, and then you step ahead. And it's just, if you listen to the lyrics, you can see, and at some point you are just lost. And that's basically what the tune is about. It's going from that world into joining the human race.
I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Thanks.
This gal sails on time, I need to be on it, 'cause if I peg, then my ship has sailed. On these ways of deception, I can clearly see my reflection. Though I might get twisted, lost at sea.
Next time, I hope I know better. Next time, won't step out of line. Who knows, I just might learn to accept it. Damned if I'm gonna lay down and die.
Got to be a better way. Change of weather has ruined my day. I take my feelings and hide away. Getting tired of these grinding gears and the faces that bend my ear. I'm not as patient as I may appear.
By now, you think I'd remember. Grab my coat and cap in nasty weather.
There's a constant downpour from all directions. When you dabble in the art of deception. Got a mean streak down inside, one of those things I tend to hide. Just don't ask me for a ride. Gotta keep a ship in the game, nothing else defend my good name. I feel a little seasick just the same. There ain't no chart to plot my resurrection. If you don't give a hoot about the crime, there ain't no use to dwell on reflection. Embrace your guilt-free state and you're fine.
All right. Who will plant the garden? Who is the gardener?
Oh, we both are the gardeners.
Oh, this is good.
It is good.
Good to have help. But who wrote this? Or
I wrote this song. I did. But Rock was the inspiration for it when we were in the garden planting parsnip seeds, and he was teaching me the correct way to do it.
Finicky little buggers.
Finicky. And I was planting my parsnip seeds, and I looked up at him and I said, why are you telling me all this? And he said, who's going to do this when I'm gone? So there it was. There was a trigger for a song there. And it's also about hoping that the next generations will be food independent and actually grow their own food. But not only just food and gardens, it's everything. The next generations need to pick up our skills, and
it's getting more important all the time.
It really is. It really is.
Sure is.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a listen.
Dirt and shovels and sand, a lovely garden I had planned, waiting for the warmth of spring to arrive. Honeybees work to fill the hive, and the sun will rise to greet the land. Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? When I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone. Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? lilacs and daffs and rosemary trees. The beauties of summer there for you and me. Red-winged blackbirds, ravens too. Strawberry fields in the month of June. The seasons of life go round. Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? When I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone. Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? Red sky at night, the mariner's delight. Let us dance for the rain. Come what may, we revere the day. Breathe in the blue moonlight. Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? When I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone. Who will plant the garden when I'm gone? Yeah, when I'm gone. Oh, when I'm gone.
So how did the Ranters come to be? And
You want me to take that?
Yes, please.
I had just finished my 10 years at the Vista, and I was thinking on hanging it up. You know, I'd pension age and all that. I went out and bought a mandola, just because I've always been interested in it. I wanted to learn to play it. Jillian picked up the auto harp, took off for a weekend to Seattle to a workshop under Brian Bowers. And if you're in the Appalachian world, you know who Brian Bowers is. You know, and she came back Sunday night. I'll be damned, she's playing these chords and everything like that. She's taking the thing apart and making her own go. I need this chord here and that chord there. And I started playing my mandola with the auto harp. And I went, there's something here with these two instruments, And that kind of started it out, And then we just ran with it from there. Mm-hmm. And got a few gigs. And then COVID hit. And then everything was shut down. And that's when we decided to record the CD. Yeah, rant on, comma, children.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's basically how we, took off. Then doing a lot of traveling in the States, because that's where this music kind of,
Yeah.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Probably not next year.
Maybe not for a few years.
Well, we'll see what happens.
See what happens. And is that how the name came to be, the Ranters? So what came first, Rant On, Children, or
Ranters.
The Ranters? Okay.
I read this long description what a real ranter was, and they were an actual cult in the medieval times. And they were against the authority of the church. So a bunch of them would run into the church and knock over things and stuff like that while they were, while the sermons were going on, and just disrupt authority, and that'll kind of appeal to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of felt like ranters.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean.
We need more ranters.
Well, yeah, and that's we thought, the music scene, I mean, I grew up in the 60s with all the protest stuff, and it just sort of pushed aside. And now, if any time, now is when we need the protest.
That's right. Now, what about the new album that's coming? When is it coming? And
Well, it's supposed to be out by now. As usual.
any moment.
Any moment. It should be out in the fall. I wasn't as industrious as I should have been in the winter.
It's true.
Lost at Sea will be on it.
Great.
Ashcroft will be on it.
Good.
And many more.
Well, we're so lucky that we got to hear a little preview of the new CD, and I want to thank both of you for coming and sharing your music with us. And while I'm on my thank yous, I want to thank John McKenzie, because without him, none of this would be possible. And of course, Rogers, and this is community television, so it's so great that we have such wonderful volunteers that work to bring this show to you. So on that note, I want to say thank you to all of them, and I hope that we'll see everybody next time on Music Makers.
Thanks, Deb.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So great to have you both.
Get yourself across the river. Heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river. Heaven's on the rise. Get yourself across the river. Heaven's on the rise. Time won't wait if you hesitate. You're gonna be left far behind.
I was told many years ago, never trust in your fellow man.